And now to a development that may affect the proceedings at the Presidential Election Tribunal. The Julius Abure-led faction of the Labour Party has raised the alarm that the suspended Deputy National Chairman of the party, Lamidi Apapa, is approaching election petition tribunals and asking for the withdrawal of the cases filed by the Labour Party. In a statement, the acting National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party says its legal team got a hint that Apapa and his men have advanced their plot by approaching all the tribunals where numerous candidates lodged their election petitions arising from the general election. Lamidi Apapa and other suspended members are accused of a larger plot to frustrate the Labour Party's anticipated victory at the tribunals.
Well, we're joined now by Deputy National Secretary and Acting National Youth Leader of the Labour Party, Kennedy Ahanotu. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, my sister.
Well, this time yesterday we had a gentleman who referred to himself as the National Youth Leader of the Labour Party, the person of Anselm Eragbe. And now you're the Acting National Youth Leader of the party. It would be nice to get clarification about that. But the main issue here is, your faction, you're raising an alarm that the Lamidi Apapa arm is going to court, trying to frustrate the efforts of Peter Obi, attempts to withdraw all cases of Peter Obi and, of course, the Labour Party from the courts. But we're hearing, the latest just before we came in, that the Lamidi faction is actually saying they're not even aware of any such attempts. So where did you get
Thank you so much. Number one, I would like to tell Nigerians, given this opportunity, to disregard whatever Comrade Eragbe Anselm is saying. On 18th of October last year, 2022, Eragbe was suspended by the party, and 6 months exactly, 18th of this April, NEC confirmed that suspension and recommended him for total expulsion from the party. So I wonder why Eragbe will always continue to call himself the national leader of the party. It can only happen in this part of the world when an organization where you are working with have asked you that they don't want you again and you insist that you must serve them. It can only happen in Nigeria. If Arise TV says they don't want your services again, you don't need to go around parading yourself, saying that you are still an analyst or a news person with Arise TV. That is what Eragbe has been doing. He has been writing a lot of long story letters, telling, miscommunicating to Nigerians. But that's by the way. I would like to tell Nigerians to ignore Eragbe Anselm. If he wants to be the national leader of the party, there are processes and procedures. For now, he is no longer the national leader of the party.
If truly he's not a member, and if he's truly, not of any importance, why are you bothered about a man who's not your member approaching the courts to withdraw cases?
I'm bothered, and you should be bothered because
no.
Nigerians.
I'm not a member of your party, so I shouldn't be bothered.
Misinformed.
No. Let's also not misinform Nigerians. I'm not a member of your party, so I shouldn't be bothered. So I'm asking the questions. If you say a man who's not a member of your party is trying to approach the courts, then it shouldn't be any kind of worry for you and members of your party.
No, it worries us because somebody cannot just come and begin to misinform the public and say that.
That means he's still influential, even as you say he's not a member of your party.
What do you call influential? And if Arise gives him that popularity and publicity for him to tell Nigerians that he's this, he's that, it calls for attention. And that is why I'm here to disabuse whatever he may have said yesterday.
Right. So what
Secondly,
you're saying, so that we can maximize the few minutes that we have, you're saying that Anselm Eragbe stands expelled or suspended from the party?
He has been recommended to the convention
but
for total expulsion.
Recommendation. That's where it's at.
But NEC have confirmed his suspension, that he remains suspended.
Right. So the Lamidi Apapa issue.
Yes, we got that hint. In fact, that was why Nigerians started shouting when these men hijacked the party. Of course, it was a hijack because I'm a member of the NWC. I am not suspended and nobody restrained me. But they came into the party, hijacked the party office, broke into the party office without due notice of a meeting. We have a WhatsApp platform for the NWC, there was no notice of meeting before that their hijack happened. And 5 of them came. And if you read the Labour Party constitution, before you remove the national chairman of Labour Party, you must go through the constitutional process, which says that the NEC must sit. And for that purpose, but to tell you that these guys have somebody that is drumming for them behind the scene, they came that particular day, their achievement was distributing positions to themselves.
Who do you think is beating the drum for them behind the scenes?
Of course, Nigerians are suspecting APC to be doing that. Of course, I can say it's APC because Arabambi, who they brought back, Arabambi has been expelled by the party in Akure convention. He was just given a messy ground, brought close to the party, and again he has been suspended because he has continuously done the same thing. So for them to come that day, the same day that they hijacked party office, that same day they distributed position to themselves, that same day they recalled back people that went through due process to be suspended. They recalled them back that same day. And Arabambi was a man seen on national TV raising the hand of Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State during the campaigns. So why will anybody not believe that it's APC that is drumming this?
What could be the motive on the part of the APC?
The motive is that Labour Party, as you all know, as Nigerians can believe, have done well in 2023 general election. The aftermath of 25th February election went beyond their expectation. Of course, it went beyond 4 persons tweeting in a room, as they called us. So the achievement is what they are trying to fight and blow behind the scenes.
I like to come back to how it started, because it's quite important that we get a sense of who the real members of the Labour Party are. And now quickly here, whether a man raised Dapo Abiodun's hand, it doesn't follow. Politically speaking, in Nigeria, we also saw Nyesom Wike, who is a PDP member, do the same with the governor of Lagos State.
You could see the consequences with his party.
So back to your party quickly here, because your party should be different. And quite a number of young people in your party, you inclusive. What's the genesis of this crisis in Labour Party, and if I may ask, why after the presidential election?
The genesis is that, Labour Party has been there as a political party. After the passage of Not Too Young to Run bill, I joined the party. In 2017, I joined the party, and in 2019, I ran for election. And I've taken time to understudy. And I discovered that most of these guys doing this hijack now are people that believe in status quo. They never believe in progress of the party. But Julius Abure, since assumption, have taken the party to another level. This is the first time Labour Party ran a very strong election in Nigeria. You could prove me wrong if I'm wrong, please. This is the first time that Labour Party is producing 36 House of Rep members, producing 8 senators, producing a president in waiting as far as I'm concerned, producing a governor and another governor in the coffins. Enugu State will still come to bear. So before now, all they do is do business, transaction, collect money from people, and they don't run an election. So but Julius Abure...
That used to happen?
That used to happen. And Julius Abure have come. Not now. Okay, before now. That is what they do before the emergence of Julius Abure. Right. And these guys have now seen that new breath of fresh air have come to Labour Party, and they still want to bring Labour Party to those floor level where they will remain to be a transactional political party. But we, the younger generation that have joined the party, have said no to that. And that is why you are seeing total departure from some of those things they do. And that is why some of them are now, if a man believes in the philosophy of the party, why will the person say that somebody else different took the party to court? Why will you now be fighting your national chairman because somebody else took him to court? It calls for a questioning.
What about the allegations of fraud and mismanagement of funds on the part of allegations against Julius Abure? Of course, is that even being looked at all to discover the veracity or otherwise of the claims? My dear sister, as of today I'm talking to you, there is no court of competent jurisdiction that have indicted Julius Abure. What actually happened is that during our campaign, at the heat of the campaign, you know that Labour Party was the only political party that visited virtually all the senatorial zones in Nigeria. We took our campaigns to senatorial zones, not just states.
So Julius Abure was so busy. I was also in that campaign train. He was so busy. When police was inviting him, he's a public figure. He can't run away from Nigeria. He replied police severally.
So what's the leadership? What's the leadership of your party saying now?
He visited police.
We're running out of time. What's the leadership of your party saying specifically? Let's start with the presidential candidate. What's the conversation from him to ensuring that everyone should decide and pursue a united cause, especially at the tribunal?
One thing you don't have to do is when you discover a Judas among you, find a way to push him aside. Because definitely it's going to be a clog in the wheel of your progress. If you see what we did in Asaba, it was all-inclusive net meeting. You saw all the state chairmen were there and state secretaries. All the elected members of the party were there. PO was there. Senators, elected senators were there. And you saw that the party is one. So what these guys are trying to do is to satisfy the payment they were made.
Who made the payment?
They will have to tell us
very quickly,
sometime.
two key points before we let you go. Ansam Eragbe, who claims to be national youth leader of your party, says he actually holds the key to Peter Obi's victory at the court,
tribunal, yes.
you know, at the presidential tribunal.
The man that had pin code to Peter Obi's success ran for Senate. He didn't win his polling unit. I mean, if I have a solution for somebody, okay, as a pharmacist, if you want to test a drug, you apply it somewhere. Where has he applied that his pin code? He didn't apply it in his own election. He ran for Senate. He didn't win his polling unit. Even his ward chairman, I know him. He doesn't know him. He didn't see Eragbe. Eragbe didn't campaign in his ward. And this is a man that had pin code for a presidential success.
Right.
How can you believe that?
Very quickly, the outcome of the Imo Labour Party convention. You know, what can you tell us?
As far
that?
as we know,
right.
Labour Party had one primary in Imo that produced Senator Atan Achono. That is what I can say for now. The other speculations that I had that there were primaries in Imo State, two were done by this same faction. One Kali and Eragbe Anselm conducted one. Arab and B Publicity conducted another one, which means that even between them, the factional guys you have mentioned, even between them, they are broken already because something is driving them, which is money.
Kennedy Ahanotu is Deputy National Secretary and Acting National Youth Leader of the Labour Party. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on Newsnight.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.